Neobenedenia melleni, the scourge of the ornamental tropical marine fish industry. Commonly referred to as eye parasites, these monogenean flukes cause catastrophic eye infections and mortalities of tangs, surgeons and angelfish. Fish in infected systems scratch themselves against substratum yet outwardly show no signs of disease. These flatworms of the family Capsalidae, sometimes called capsalids, are camouflaged and only discernible when they reach the eye. 3-minute freshwater dips of the infected reveal how they are literally being eaten alive. If left on the eye for more than 36 hours, they initiate fatal eye eruptions in susceptible fish. Fluke contamination may originate from fish, corals, invertebrates, and water. In fish-only recirculating mariculture systems, they quickly multiply unabated to biblical proportions. Early in the millennium, there were few therapeutic options available to commercial aquarists. For fish with flatworms over their eyes, many retailers used freshwater dips as their only method of control. Fish returned to infested systems were immediately reinfected, and a third dip invariably proved fatal. At the time, all fish-only systems, save those at the Reef Ranch, were overrun. Fluke eradication is challenging, but with the right approach, even eye parasites may be managed. 2. Fish-safe veterinary drugs are efficacious. When used in the correct circumstances and in combination, they moderate capsalids to extinction. 20 years ago, neither drug was licensed for fish. Veterinary drugs are controlled by law and must only be supplied by veterinary surgeons. Please adhere to legislation. Exporters living in countries without strict guidelines are free to source the therapeutics from excellent value wormers, not intended for fish. Horse and pig wormers, with either praziquantel or flubendazole as the only active ingredient, may be suitable with the proviso that all other constituents are non-toxic and neutral in seawater. Consult Google Scholar Lethal Concentration 50 data for marine organisms. Painstakingly ensure only praziquantel or flubendazole are the only medicinal components. Some wormers use fillers that cloud water, moderately diminishing oxidation reduction potential, pH, and dissolved oxygen. Never administer just before or after dark. Domestic aquarists may use proprietary remedies such as Prazipro and fishbendazole. Praziquantel is regarded by some as reef-safe, but eliminates benign and beneficial members of the micro and macrobiota. Flubendazole is unsuitable for reefs. Praziquantel is only slightly soluble in water and must be first dissolved in a small volume of over 90% ethanol. Fish treated with such combinations become irritation-free whilst benefiting from the calming effects produced by alcohol. Small-scale ornamental tropical marine fish wholesalers, with moderately large fish-only systems, may use the following methodology to acclimate fish whilst eradicating flukes. Have available several 25-litre buckets with lids, a few 1-metre lengths of airline, and sources of centimetre-sized air bubbles emanating from more weighted open-ended airline. One member of staff prepares a single dose of 150 mg of praziquantel dissolved in 12 ml of ethanol, by swirling for 15 minutes. Each box of fish requires a single dose. Meanwhile, styrofoam boxes of newly imported fish are carefully opened in subdued light. Efficiently identify bagged fish, carefully remove metal sealing rings with scissors, and empty the contents into buckets of compatible fish. Aerate with streams of centimetre-sized bubbles, avoiding larger or microbubbles. Once the buckets are full, jug out water to waste until merely 4 inches remains. Immediately dose with 150 mg of praziquantel in ethanol, then siphon water from the neighbouring sump into each bucket using airline. Cover loosely with lids to prevent jumping. Buckets should refill within 20 minutes, during which regular checks are made for aggression. Once full, the fish will be acclimated, gill fluke and eye parasite free, relaxed, and ready to be netted out into the fish-only system. Avoid scraping nets along bucket bottoms teeming with stunned parasites. Flubendazole is maintained at 1.5 mg per litre or parts per million within fish-only systems, and at 2.2 mg per litre in fish-only quarantine. Therapeutic preparations, doses, and methodologies are further explored in the Complete Reef Aquarist, available from summer 2023.